Hi, and let me know if you smell what Unscripted is reviewing. Welcome to the 21st of February edition Smackdown live on Netflix from Louisiana, New Orleans edition of Unscripted. And we saw Jimmy Uso upset Drew McIntyre in the opening match. And a small part of me thought Jimmy Uso was going to go over. But I genuinely thought Drew was going to win. So it was a nice surprise for Jimmy to get that win. And we saw Drew McIntyre attack Jimmy after that match. Interesting team-ups this week. We saw The Miz and Carmelo Hayes defeat LA Knight and R-Truth. And I've got to say, I'm a big fan of R-Truth's, funny comedian gimmick when he came out announcing LA as Louisiana Knight. That was brilliant. And I do like how LA Knight played into that as well, which was awesome. We saw Tiffany Stratton defeat Candice LeRae in a singles match with Nia Jax attacking Tiffany. Trish Stratus then delivers a piece of Stratusfaction by defending Tiffany. And then once Tiffany's in the ring, we saw Charlotte, who was next to commentary, I think was on color, come into the ring and wipe her feet next to Tiffany. And it just tells me that the beginning of this feud between them is very much Charlotte just not respecting Tiffany as a champion, because Charlotte's got those 14 world title wins and WrestleMania victories and losses to her name, as well as being Ric Flair's daughter. It's like, you're trash, you do not compare to me, So I see that being a big factor, and I see Tiffany actually winning at WrestleMania and gaining Charlotte's respect. We then saw the main event, Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga versus Braun Strowman and Damian Priest, with Braun Strowman and Damian Priest picking up the win because Jacob Fatu inadvertently kicked Solo Sikoa. And admittedly, I don't know where that's going to go, but I definitely do see a destruction in that version of the bloodline happening very soon. Now, I haven't forgotten. Don't think I've glossed over it. The final boss, The Rock, returned to SmackDown this week. And I honestly, I did not know where this was going to go. He calls out Cody Rhodes. And what I sense is that The Rock wants Cody to be his corporate champion, his people's champion. And when he said, "I'm going to take your soul," it means he wants Cody to be that soulless corporate champion. Sort of like what Vince McMahon wanted Stone Cold to be in 2001, and which is what happened. Now, theories online from the internet wrestling community speculate that if Cody Rhodes is heel versus a babyface John Cena, maybe this could happen, because Cody doesn't need to be a full-blown heel. He just sort of needs to be as a puppet of The Rock, basically. And, it'll be very interesting if it is Cody versus Cena, and if Cody is in that role, it'll be very interesting to see those promos between John Cena and Cody Rhodes. So, and we also heard The Rock come out and say he was going to come to the Elimination Chamber. Now, personally, I don't think Cody accepts this offer. And I don't know where we go from there. Right now, there's some great unpredictable storytelling that is being delivered. I will say the internet wrestling community are very vocal and negative about what's happening with the Rock and Cody segment and all of this. And I want to say, let's remember as wrestling fans that the storytelling devices used are for a bigger picture sort of delivery. I know, and I do it, I'm doing it right now. We look at individual matches, individual segments, but we need to remember that wrestling, it's there to create a bigger picture, so that when the punchline of the story comes, or the conflict or the resolution story comes, it's almost an awesome thing to bear witness to. It plays into our emotions. So we need to remember this about wrestling. And we need to be more with an open mind. And I think that's what I try to do on my show. And yeah, and that's what I try to do. And I think, like I said, we need to remember that wrestling is a bigger picture storytelling device. And with that, we are just a week away from the Elimination Chamber. I hope to see you when I review the Raw before the Elimination Chamber show. And as always, love pro wrestling, love WWE or whatever other show you like. And I will see you next time right here on Unscripted.